Welcome back to another Arachnor news video. Okay, so a couple things to remember. Don't forget the OPEC oil agreement that was put together by Russia and Saudi Arabia will go into effect May 1st. That's going to tremendously spike oil prices. They said they're going to cut oil by approximately, I believe it was about 10 to 15 million barrels of oil per day. So they're major cuts. So they're definitely going to drive oil prices back up at a reasonable rate. So let's look at the news. All right, so the first article says urgent, the government is preparing a new draft of the budget law and a new salary scale. The Prime Minister's advisor revealed the preparation of a new draft of the general budget law for 2020 related to reducing waste and controlling expenditures. Abdul Hussein Al Hanan said in a press statement that the budget law proposals included preventing the charging of more than one salary and cutting the allocations that were covered by the law, pointing to an agreement in the principle to stop payment of employee loans to government banks. He referred to setting a fixed salary scale for all groups, including presidencies, with a higher ceiling of no more than 5 to 6 million among the budget law proposals, revealing that Iraq's external debt is estimated at $23 billion. Al-Hind continued the process of oil into budget is estimated at $30 a barrel. Okay, next article. Iraq adopts the price of $30 per barrel of oil in the 2020 budget. A well-informed source revealed today, Wednesday, that the cabinet approved the price of a barrel of oil at $30 for the current year budget and deficit of 20 trillion dinar. The source, who preferred not to reveal himself, said that the advisory committee in the cabinet discussed with the Ministry of Finance and the Parliamentary Finance Committee the issue of adopting the price of 30 instead of 56 that was approved by the Ministry of Finance. The planned deficit for the budget of the current year in its recent update amounted to 20 trillion dinar. He stressed that the Iraqi government will put forward a set of proposals of Parliament to reduce the deficit, including offering bonds that the central bank purchases and borrow from government banks in external borrowing. Let's look at one main thing, though, that we don't forget the key things in this that they're not resharing with us that has kind of been overlooked. Here's an older article from June 6th of last year, guys. It says the budget of 2020 is completely different from all budgets since 2003. The Finance Committee of the Parliament said on Thursday that the 2020 budget will include a lot of tables completely different from all budgets since 2003, noting that the adoption of the financial management law has become a control tool on the public budget. The Finance Committee asked the Ministry of Planning to send special reports on the amount of domestic production as well as inflation and government imports. Al-Tamimi added the requirement also included the attached schedules of military civilian retirees in addition to other categories, as well as internal external indebtedness, taxes and customs. Okay, this is what I want to show you guys right here. So these items right here, guys, these are post rate change items. And this is an older article from June 6th of last year. But they're telling you that the 2020 budget did not have, but is now going to have taxes. Okay, a lot of new taxation in it. For example, here are taxes from customs and border crossings. That's huge. So it's going to have a whole bunch of new revenue in it that they've never had before because, again, these are post-rate change items. So I just wanted to remind you of this, okay? So even though if they did reduce the overall price of oil down to $30 a barrel from within the 2020 budget, they still have a lot of additional revenue streams coming in. Okay? Next article, disclosure of the names of the candidates in Al-Kazemi's booth presented at today's meeting. So they have the list of the names of all the for all the cabinet positions, okay? And then here they talk about the Shiite forces agreed to meet within 48 hours to give an opinion on each of the candidates. But again, only the Shiite forces. So we'll see. They're saying they might tentatively meet in 48 hours. That could tentatively mean they could meet Saturday. We'll have to see. Other articles said they're not going to meet until next week, though. So we just have to see what they play. Either way, guys, I'm not worried about the formation of the government because, like I said this morning, the central bank is completely autonomous, and the only thing that the CBI has really said this entire time is they wanted the top levels of corruption removed. Those are the gentlemen that were billionaires. Okay, so like Maliki's no longer part of the government. Barzani Senior, Mossad Barzani, he's gone and out. Okay, Najafi, those guys are all billionaires. They're no longer part of the government. They're out. 70 warrants of arrest and recruitment were issued against senior Iraqi officials. The Federal Integrity Commission announced the arrest of recruitment orders issued and against for high special degrees issued within the month of February. The investigation department of commission stated the 70 arrest warrants and summons against ministries, members of the House of Representatives, governors, members of provincial councils, and 2 general managers as well as a deputy minister. Based on the cases they investigated and referred to the judiciary. The department indicated that arrest and recruitment orders were issued against 5 ministers, including a current minister, 5 members of the House of Representatives, including 3 current ones, a former deputy minister, former governors, and 4 general managers, of whom 9 are current, as well as 33 members of provincial councils. The curfew, again, this is only for the Kurdistan area now. The curfew was extended in the Iraqi Kurdistan region until the beginning of next May. So that is all the news. As of right now, the everything within the Iraq embassy still stands the same. They haven't really changed anything on that level. So again, the last update here was as of April 20th. So everything's still shut down on this website till pretty much April 24th of 2020. Regarding the ISX website, everything still stands the same on that. They haven't made any new major changes there on that. Then they still remember they put a bold statement out where they talked about how they're not going to come back online and really resume this until the ISX will resume on Sunday the 26th. So, and they made a big bold statement about that. So, and it says there's some scrolling text on the top kind of near the top, middle, or lower top. I'll show you here in a moment. It's that scrolling brown text. It'll tell you right in it that the ISX is okay. They're going to resume. Give it a moment here. You'll see it. It says right there, all the trading activity will continue suspension until Saturday, April 18th of 2020 for the continuation of the curfew in Iraq. So, but they actually did come out and say that, even though they're not showing it right now, they actually did come out and say that it was a big bold statement that the ISX will resume as of Sunday the 26th. Okay, so everything's still on track with that. And again, the ISX has been down since March 16th. And then regarding the currency auctions, they're zeroed out. Okay, the reasons they're zeroed out, and this is for USD cash sales within the country of Iraq. The reason they're zeroed out is because the auctions are resuming as of right now. Okay, but you got to look at the details on this. Okay, total cash sales, which I've highlighted blue for you, in country is zeroed out. So they're not selling any US dollars to banks within Iraq. They're only, if you look at the current highlighted blue part, they're only selling to banks abroad. The reason why they're selling to abroad is because they're trying to de-dollarize to become Article 8 compliant to get US dollars out of the country. The other reason that they're having the currency auctions, it's very simple. It is a tool used to control the exchange rate within the country of Iraq. And the fact that they would have to control the exchange rate to get it back within the IMF's 2% compliance, that tells you it moves. What they're telling you right there, guys, is it's currently floating. Because some of you freak out when you see articles coming out telling you that the exchange rate's going to float. It already does. That's not a surprise, okay? That's why they have to currently have currency auctions, just to balance it out. So there you guys go. There's some daily news for you. And don't forget, that Iraq did shut down all their stock exchanges and financial markets as of March 17th. That's the day that the Dow reached 20,000 points. That's also the day that all the markets shut down. That tells you that was the starting point for the rate change. We are now in the 6th week of the shutdown. The reason why it's taking 6 weeks is because it's a multi-step process. It's not something that, it's not just a change of numbers to increase the rate. Remember, most of the articles we've seen over the last many years talking about the rate change always mentioned deleting the zeros. What they're telling you by deleting the zeros is that they have to move the decimal point on the exchange rate 3 positions, that's the deletion of the zeros, to increase that exchange rate. Okay, that makes it on par with the dollar. Remember, when Kuwait changed their rate, Kuwait's rate was not below zero, it was at 10 cents. Okay, today Iraq is below zero, so they have to bring their exchange rate equal. That's the deletion of the zeros. They have to bring it equal to the dollar and get their exchange rate above 1. That'll be the first step. Then the second step is, remember I showed you guys just a few days ago that back in November of 2017, the CBI performed a virtual test where they unpegged the currency or exchange rate from the dollar, repegged it to a currency assortment basket, and that would be the second step. Okay, and remember when they perform, so the first test puts it on par with the dollar, and again this is the exchange rate, puts it on par with the dollar. The second step takes it greater than the value of the dollar and puts it more where Kuwait is at, probably most likely even greater than Kuwait. That's why this has taken so long. Now, if you notice, our forum was the first to bring you this past Sunday and go into detail and explain what happened with you on the pricing index, okay? And then all the other gurus jumped on board and, kind of ran with our information that we shared with you, talking about the exchange rate and all that, okay? But here's what I want to tell you. When you saw on that ISX pricing index showing you that it's now 1-to-1 because the values transitioned from being multiplied by millions to billions, okay? It's 1-to-1 now, and notice how they haven't shown you the rate, okay? So I want to stress that to you. On the ISX pricing index, they're showing you it's 1-to-1 and the rate hasn't shown to be public yet. That probably tells you the rate's not going to be 1-to-1 like some other gurus try to keep telling you from articles dating back to 2008 that were not even from the CBI, okay? So I just want to stress that to you. Again, that the pricing index shows it's kind of 1-to-1 right now in the background, but yet we haven't seen a rate change occur while it's at 1-to-1. So again, the value is most likely going to be where Kuwait is at on the second step. Okay, so probably greater than Kuwait. Anyway, guys, just want to stress that to you. God bless you guys. Have a great day. On to the next video.